Hey, welcome to this week in our new City Catechism series. Last week we looked at the question, can anyone keep the law of God perfectly? The law of God being the 10 commandments that he gave to us. And the answer was, since the fall, no human has been able to keep the law of God perfectly. So we know that that isn't the case. No one can keep the law of God apart from Jesus. But has that always been the case? Did God create us not able to keep the law? Question 14. Did God create us unable to keep his law? Now we know from the Bible that God created Adam and Eve. They were the first people in the world. When God made them, they were able to keep God's law perfectly. Yes, perfectly. They kept the laws of God perfectly until Adam and Eve decided they didn't want to follow one of God's rules. They disobeyed God's commandments, which was to not eat of the tree, from the tree of life. Adam and Eve rejected God and his commandments when they ate fruit from that special tree. From that moment, sin entered the world. So today's question, did God create us unable to keep the law? The answer is no. But because of the disobedience of Adam and Eve, we are all born into sin and guilt and are unable to keep God's law. We are all born into sin now because we have come from Adam and Eve. In your family, you might have brown hair, and your dad might have brown hair, and your granddad might have had brown hair, or you might have the same eye colour as someone in your family, or you might be the same height. These are what we call characteristics and things that are passed on down our family from generation to generation to generation. And this is what it is like with Adam. Adam was sinful, and since Adam and Eve were disobedient, sin came into the world. And if we are in Adam, that sin has been passed on from generation to generation to generation. And we have sin in our hearts like him too now, if we are in him. In the Bible, a man called Paul said in Romans, "Therefore, just as sin came into the world through one man, and death through sin, and so death spread to all men because all sinned." All of us are sinful because of the disobedience of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Did God create us unable to keep his law? No. But because of the disobedience of Adam and Eve, we are all born in sin and guilt, unable to keep God's law. But there is hope. There is. So keep tuning in to find out more. See you next week.